Hello, boys and girls. All right, we've made it to the last techniques page. This isn't the last page in the booklet, but the next page is kind of going to be a free drawing project page, so that one will be a lot more fun than these boring old techniques. But this page is going to be for our marker techniques. So what you're going to need is your markers. I've just used a set of 10 Crayola markers. I think this is 10. 3, 6, 9, 10. Yep, so I got 10 Crayola markers. That's a pretty basic standard pack. And that's what we're going to use for our techniques today. Now, I just went ahead and I separated my paper into 6 sections, pretty close to equal. Not quite. You can see they're a little off, which, as always, is totally okay. I'm not going to go over how I divided it because we've already done that for the first 3 pages, so I'm sure you already know how to do that by now. Alright, and so we're just going to go ahead and start labeling our sections. The first section I'm going to label fill, and the next section we have hatching, followed by cross hatching in the next section. And then we have blend, followed by stipple and little strokes. And I'm going to go through this page a little bit quicker than I did the last pages because these are all techniques that you've already done with the other materials, but we're just going to do them with markers is the only difference. So you're just going to experience the same old techniques but with a new material. So we're just going to go really quick. The fill technique is just like it sounds. You just fill in the space with a color, making sure that there's no white showing. My markers are already getting dry. I might need a new set. Eek. Might be wise to get a couple sets of markers for the whole year if you're doing planning on doing distance learning for the entire year. But that is it for the fill technique. Oh, I forgot to zoom in. Let's go. All right. So that is how we do fill. All right, so the next technique, hatching. We know hatching all too well. Just make sure your lines are parallel, not perpendicular, but parallel so that they never cross over. And you can combine different colors. You can make different values. So you can go dark and you can gradually get lighter by spacing them out more like that. So that is our hatching technique. Feel free to spend more time with each section and really making it a beautiful piece of art if that is what you're looking for. But if you're just looking to practice the techniques, then feel free to go quickly with me. Alright, now we have cross hatching. So just like before, you could go as dark as you want with one color. As I'm doing here, I'm making quite a dark purple by going in a lot of different directions, almost completely filled in. Or you can make it lighter, just spacing them out, kind of like that, so you can see the pattern. Or, of course, we can combine colors. So if I'm going to mix green, I could go blue and yellow. And that will kind of make a green at a distance. Alright, next we have blend. Now for blend, I'm actually going to quickly grab a paintbrush and some water. You're going to need a paintbrush and water. If you don't have a paintbrush, you don't need it. This is just something that's really helpful for this technique. Alright, so I have just a regular old paintbrush, a little bit of water. So we're going to try to blend 2 colors together, which is a little bit difficult with markers, and that's why I grabbed the water and paintbrush. Oh, pink is going out. Yeah, I'm going to need new markers real quick here. So we have pink, and I think I'm going to blend pink into orange. Let's try that. So I like any other type of blending like we've done with the colored pencil or the crayons or oil pastels. You go dark on one side and then you gradually lighten up, and then with the other color you do the same thing but coming from the other direction, lightening up in the opposite direction. Alright, I'm going to try to go over with pink a little bit more. Alright, so if you don't have a paintbrush, you can just stop here and that can be your blend. But if you do have a paintbrush, you can just add a little bit of water and you can kind of work the colors together a little bit better. For sort of a smoother effect. Okay, or not. That didn't really work. So maybe the paintbrush is not the best idea. Okay, moving on to stippling. Just like with any other material, we're just going to use the very tip of the tool and just make little dots, just like this. Don't jab it too hard, because then you'll ruin your marker way quicker than you want to. And you can experiment with different values. I think I'm just going to try to go light to dark today with the green. So I'm going to put my stipples close together on the right. And then as I move over to the left, I'm going to make them further apart to kind of create a gradient. If you remember what a gradient is, it's just going dark to light gradually and seamlessly. So now I just want to space a little bit over towards the left. Okay. Space a little bit more on. Here's the left, so I'm going to here's this here. Just like that. Beautiful. But of course you can mix the colors or do whatever you want to do in that section, just as long as you're doing the stippling technique. And now here we have little strokes. Just like before with the oil pastels, you can use them to kind of go in a direction. You can use just one color. You can make them far apart. You can put them close together. You can mix colors like this. Green and orange is an odd combination, but whatever. You can go in a different direction like that. You can make them a little bit longer. Just little strokes, just like that. And that right there is our marker techniques page.